So I'm back again with another video. Yes, I'm wearing these same clothes and the same makeup. I just made a video and my dog is licking the stuff on the floor and he's very loud. Sorry. Anyway, this is going to be a paranormal vlog. It's been a while since I've made one of these. And I actually went ghost hunting just because it was 3-4 weeks, almost a month ago. Yeah, I'll say a month. And I had the most awesome experience ever happen, and you have no idea how excited and happy I was that this happened. I actually got to mark it off my bucket list. So let me give you a background of where I went. It's called Tunnel. Boss, please relax, okay? I'm sorry, I have a Boston Terrier. If anybody has one of those dogs, you know how wild and crazy and kind of stupid they are, and mine just, I don't know what he did. All I heard was something fall, and you just heard it. And now he's looking out the door like nothing ever happened. I love him though. Anyway, so it's called Tunnel 8 and 9. There's 2 tunnels. They're abandoned tunnels. They were built in, when I looked it up, I couldn't figure out, I've got a cheat sheet. I couldn't figure out if they were made in 1882 or 1869. I've seen both. I'm going to say 1869 though, because the incident that I'm about to tell you about happened in 1882, and I'm pretty sure it didn't happen like the same year it was built. They are very, very old. They're abandoned now because they made new tunnels with new tracks. So there's no tracks in these tunnels. They're just abandoned, just dirt floor. So, like I said, built in, I'm going to say 1869. If I'm wrong, correct me, but that's what I found. So, on September 26th, which is Mikey's birthday, by the way, September 26, 1882, there was a train going by with the Sells Brothers Circus. I don't know if that was like a Kentucky-only thing. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but they were just traveling through Kentucky. And, and the tunnel's in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, if that helps anybody. Or if you're like around this area and want to go. But Sells Brothers Circus was going through this tunnel, the train tunnel, whatever. Sells Brothers Circus train was going through this tunnel. And they didn't have enough brakes. They only had 4 brakes on the whole train. And due to the unusual amount of speed, they crashed. Killing 3 instantly. And I actually have those people's names. Ben Case, Jack Carter, and Willis Underwood. Which was just, he's an 18-year-old, like, stowaway, I guess you could call him. He was just catching a ride. Just going through. Very unfortunate for him though. But the other 2, Ben and Jack, they were actually workers on the circus. And there was 14 people wounded. Now, as the story goes, legend, whatever, there was a half man, half goat, or a half woman, half cat, leopard, panther, whatever you want to call her. And either one of those, they don't know which one it was, but I'm pretty sure, you know, miss, whatever. They escaped and run off, and they apparently still live there today. And they call it Caleb. Now, people call Caleb, you know, either a homeless man that lived in the tunnel and got run over by a train, a drunk that got lost in the tunnel, which I find hard to believe because the tunnel is 10 miles from civilization. Well, Tunnel 8 is. Tunnel 9 is maybe 5, and then Tunnel 8, you know, you go 5 more miles and then you're there. And then they also say that they made up Caleb. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my dog. He's like in the window just staring at me. But anyway, they say they made up Caleb to get people out of those tunnels and to keep kids out of the tunnel and kids out of the train. Out of their barns. I'm so stupid. I'm scatterbrained today. They keep them out of their barns and out of their houses, which I find that, again, hard to... Hello! I'm back for like 2 more minutes and he's going to call again. Anyway, what was the last thing I said? Oh, the tunnel's very far from civilization. I don't see little kids walking 10 miles to go and walk through it and do all that crap. I just don't see it happening. Anyway, there was also a lot of people killed on those tracks, like, you know, workers. But they say Caleb has really bright red eyes and he screams like a woman, which is what people may think that it's maybe a panther. Because apparently a panther screams like or it sounds like a screaming woman. I don't know. But, and they also say that he smells really bad, and if you see him, that you die. Whatever. Okay, so, let me get to my part of this story. when we learned about the tunnel, it was from Mikey's coworker or his supervisor, whatever, and he was telling us how whenever he went, he experienced the ghost train. Well, I was kind of like, okay, maybe, but you'll see later. Okay, so like I said, we had to walk 10 miles to the train. We got to the first tunnel and thought, hey, we come this far. This tunnel isn't even the one that's that haunted. Let's keep going. So we went on to tunnel 8. So you hit tunnel 9 first and tunnel 8. And you have to walk on a railroad track that's still active to get to these tunnels. But when you get to the tunnel, there's like a fork in the road, or there's a gravel road, so it's kind of a fork in the road. And then it goes to the tunnel, and then you go through that tunnel back on the railroad track, and then you go to the other tunnels. And you know, you can go, there's tunnel 6 and 7 too, and we didn't go to those. We're going to next time though. We went through this whole train track 10 miles in, not a train one. When we get to tunnel 8, like I said, nothing happened at tunnel 9. We didn't experience anything. Caleb is supposed to be at tunnel 9. He wasn't. Safe to say he was at tunnel 8. We didn't see him, but like I said, I'll get to it. Okay, so we get to tunnel 8, and the first thing we see is a shadow figure at the tunnel entrance. And I was just like, oh shit, like we're gonna get some crazy stuff. Because I mean, it wasn't even dark yet, and we still seeing this stuff. Still seeing this stuff. We were still seeing this stuff, and oh, I'm so excited to tell this story because it's just amazing. We go in the entrance of the tunnel. The tunnel's maybe, I'm not good with like feet, but I'm gonna say it's 500 feet. To me, that's a while. I mean, that's a while. That's a long haul. 500 feet is very long to me. And we go in, and there's bricks like across the tunnel. The tunnel's maybe, I don't know, 20 feet wide. No, I'm gonna say it's 10 feet wide. And on the walls of the tunnel there is bricks, and then there's bricks like everywhere laid down. The bricks are being thrown at us. It happened twice. We go all the way to the end of the tunnel, and it's raining. Now we walk this whole way, there's no rain. We get to the end of the tunnel, it is absolutely pouring the rain. I mean, absolutely, to the point to where we were like freaking out that we was gonna have to walk all the way back like 10 miles in this rain. So we was like trying to figure out how to get somebody to come get us. We got probably 15 feet in, and another brick is thrown, and it hits my friend's foot. So take it back. It was me and my boyfriend and 3 of our friends that went. It was just 5 of us. So it hits one of my friend's foot, and his eyes start watering. He's like freaking out, and then we hear an old man whistle. It wasn't a train whistle. My dog is freaking me out. He's like hitting on the stuff outside. I don't know if you heard that or not. Anyway, I'm telling a paranormal story, and my dog's out there making noises. It just freaks me out. Anyway, I had to look around. Okay, anyway, so we get 15 feet in. It's thrown. No, that's not where I was. Okay, heard the old man whistle. Now, it was not a train whistle. It was a whistle that was an old person whistling. Well, not an old person. It could have been a young person. We just said it was an old man whistle. Well, right as soon as the whistle's like halfway done, and the tunnel walls start vibrating. I mean, it was insane. They start vibrating, and you can hear a train coming. So, you know, us being scared, there was like you know, the manholes that you get into whenever a train's coming, I guess, if you're in a tunnel and you don't have nowhere to go. We all tried to fit in one of those. Now, we're stupid. We were scared. There was no tracks in the tunnel we were in. There was no way a train was coming through there. We were just scared. So we all started laughing about it. Like, while this train was going by, we were freaking out. I'm just sitting there, like, laughing. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. It was unbelievable. Because, I mean, we experienced the ghost train. And we stood there, and we hurried up and run to the other end of the tunnel, and we seen these red lights. Like, you know what's on the back of a train? It was like those lights, but it was just 2 of them on the tunnel wall. So we figured out that they were moving, like, I don't know if this was direction. We'll say it was moving south. Okay, so if a train was coming, if that was a real train, it would have been heading south. Well, we thought, okay, maybe it was a real train going south. Well, we kind of tried to debunk it. We're walking on the way back, and here comes two trains. They were like maybe 5 minutes apart. Two trains heading back north. Now, there is no train crossing or railroad crossing. There is no, if a train would have been heading south, and then 2 minutes later a train headed north, they would have collided and we would have seen a train wreck because there was no crossing they could have gone on. They're going about 20 miles an hour. It was just impossible. And like I said, we were just at the other end of the part that the train was coming from, and there was no train. Like, you hear a train coming. We heard the train coming going back north. We heard that train 2 minutes before it got there. We heard, it whistled. It done everything. We heard it. We seen it. And the train that we got to or whatever, like, it was not there. It was not real. And it's absolutely insane. I forgot to mention that before we started on our adventure, like, going to the train, we parked at, there's like a little gravel road beside the train track. We parked on it. Little did know we could drive on it, but we just didn't know and didn't want to risk it, never being there before. And there was people across the road in a house, and they were like making goat noises at us, and they were, there my dog goes again. They were making goat noises and telling us to watch out for Caleb, that he's going to get us and eat us and we would never come back. And we thought, though, there was people in four-wheeler there too, and they were following us. They followed us to Tunnel 9, and then they turned around and went back. The other girl that was with us, she was saying, well, maybe, those people in the four-wheelers was making those sounds, and like in Tunnel 8, they're like throwing stuff. But it was impossible because, I'm absolutely terrified of loud noises, and this train sound was so loud that when I first heard it, I just froze. And I was terrified anyway, and it took me like a minute to realize, hey, I've got to get in this manhole. And they had to literally pull me into the manhole because I was terrified. I was just standing there. And there's no way that any like radio or CD player, anything like that, iPhone, anything could make that loud of a noise and scare me that bad. It was insane. There was no way that anybody done it. And we walked through the tunnel and back, and there was nobody else in there. So nobody was throwing things at us. Just believe that it was a ghost train, and that place is surely haunted. And I'm excited to go back. Most people are like, I'm never going back, but I want to go back. And when we started the trip at like 6:30 is when we started walking on the tunnel. We got back to the car at 11:30. And we were wore out. We had walked 20 miles that day. Come here, boss. Come here, boss. This is my doggy. This is the one making all the crazy noises, and he stinks. Ugh, you stink. Go. You're dirty. Go. He's so clingy. Ugh. Go away. Okay, well, that's my story. Me and Boss are gonna, he's gonna leave me alone. Okay, go away. Anyway, yeah, that's my story of Tunnel 8, not really Tunnel 9, Tunnel 8. Quit licking me. So, I'm gonna go and deal with this guy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully, I'll have another paranormal vlog about this tunnel soon because we're going back very soon. And I'll have more paranormal videos coming up very soon. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, I have more of these great scary stories coming soon, and I'll talk to you guys later.